Sup fam, it's Masashnet, and this week's video is going to be a tour of one of my old drawing folders. And as you can see from the date on this, oh, that's upside down, isn't it? Okay, hang on. From the date on it, it says I had this folder from 2000 to 2005. So it's 5 years of drawings in this thing. And what I used to do is I used to carry this thing around me. This predates like posting stuff on the internet. Like, that's not how we did things back then. I would just draw stuff in this and write stuff in this and pass it around my school. And midway in between, I'd say around 2001, probably maybe 2003, I got my own website. And as you can see on this thing, oop, I hit the camera, it says that it's a GeoCities website. For those of you who don't know, GeoCities stopped hosting stuff back in like 2009. But I had a GeoCities website for a little while, and honestly, I was so popular for having my own website back then. It was just how you did it. And up front, you see this picture of Goku. Back then, you couldn't really save stuff on the internet, so if you liked the picture, you just had to print it out and just keep it with you, and that's what I did. But let's go back to the back real quick. Who's that? Who is that? Who is that? Okay, so in the back, I would just have like these kanji symbols. I was using them for my manga at the time, the first run of Element Wars, I do believe. Plus, I was a giant weeaboo back then. So let's start with this one, which is basically this dude and what appears to be his sister, but it's actually his girlfriend. And that was my thing back then, was to make the love interest of an anime character or somebody look just like them. And as you can see, it's from 2000, and my handle back then was Masashi85. But yeah, that's super old digital painting. And oh, my pet Vegeta, like I used to draw him and everything, but I stopped using sketchbooks. And look at this old digital painting. Like, where are the lines on this? Like, what color is their skin? Like, it just, oh my god, I don't even remember the name of the program I used to use back then, but it's all awful. It's all awful. Like, some of these are stuck together. And more stuff of dudes. Oh, wait, that's a pretty famous picture. Like, I ref that from something. I don't know if it's still floating around the internet, but yeah, looking back on it, it's just like, I used to heavily reference stuff and then draw it. More OC nonsense, my female version of Goku, who you could see the first picture of in my first sketchbook video. And this girl with wings, I have no idea who she is. And Hero and Mecha, like Mecha is actually an OC, and I assume that these other people with wings are OCs. And this girlfriend looks just like him. Oh my god, okay, ignore that. But this was like the peak of my drawing ability back then, and it was voted the best picture. And as you can see, it took me 2 days to draw it, and I colored it a couple of months later, like over the summer. But when I say voted best picture, it's because I used to pass this folder around in my school. And just, yeah, ignore that. Ignore all of that. That's ugly garbage. But this photo, I was so proud of it. There are even photos of me holding it up and showing it to other people, like in photos. I have no idea who these characters are. Oh, there's the female version of Vegeta again. And I assume the love interest of Ryo Wildfire that looks just like him for some reason. Don't ask. Yeah, see, more of that. Like, people used to think that they were siblings because they look just alike. Like, I have no idea who those people are. This is another OC, I assume. But yeah, that's Cassandra. She looks just like her love interest. I redesigned her some years later. And more OC nonsense. I had a bunch even back then, like, oh my god. More OCs who I have no idea who they actually are. More OCs. They all have tails, so I assume that they're Saiyans. And they're Dragon Ball Z OCs. And that's basically all I know about them, because I can't remember anything about them. And they were all drawn on the same day, looks like. Oh! Well, this looks familiar. I must have printed that out from the sketchbook and just put it in here because I missed it, I guess. And here's another one that's from that old sketchbook. My first sketchbook, it's in there. More of that bathing suit calendar thing that I was doing. I have no idea what my obsession was with it back then. More OCs. Oh wait, it's Drake and Kurt. And that's the Kurt from X-Men Evolution. And oh my god, X-Men Evolution is so old. I didn't realize how old it was until now. More OCs. I guess she's Katja's girlfriend since she looks just like him. And my first digital paintings, I guess, my digital coloring, like what is that? There's no shading. I still have no idea what program that was. More, oh wait, hang on. And what's that typeface? I'd love to find that typeface now. Like, what is that typeface? And where is that text at? Where is she in this photo? Like, there's no backgrounds. I could, like, as bad as I am at backgrounds now, I could not do them back then even more. I was just awful at them. I would just draw a character and they'd be floating around the page. And this is continuing the bathing suit catalog, I guess. There's Ryo with his girlfriend who looks just like him. And another OC with a tail. Oh, there goes Kaiten again, my Outlaw Star OC. I guess she did make it. And Link and Isis. Isis is another OC. Oh my god, I'm like the queen of OCs. That's a picture of me, actually. And another OC, like just, I don't know what's going on with that photo. But apparently I'm breaking every rule in school. Here go these two kids again. I still have no idea who they are. No idea who he is. There goes Kaiten again. Like, I drew her again. And I guess she made it further than I originally thought. Oh, here goes the same picture again, but I redrew it. This is the improved version of it. And here goes the old one. So I was doing that draw it again meme or meme before it was even a thing. Like, this is the draw it again from 2001. Yeah, I was just doing it before it was a thing. I'm super cool. Oh, there goes Lady Piccolo again, or LP, my female version of Piccolo. Oh my god, here goes the first stuff of Element Warriors. See, this is when I started to actually create real original characters. So I got really far into my Element Warriors thing. You could eventually see the fan characters dying off in favor of Element Warriors stuff. I have no idea who these girls are. They have names and everything. I have no idea who they are. This is Element Warriors stuff. Element Warriors is the comic that eventually turned into Red. So anytime I say Element Warriors, this is like the base for Red. More redraws. I think that's Samael. There's these girls again. I have no idea who they are. They kind of look like me and my two best friends, but I have no idea. That still looks good to me. That's Cameron and Genesis, how they used to look in their magical girl forms. And that was like the 7th element over there. She was like young, heavily influenced by Sailor Moon. And here goes like a couple of ones that I have digitally. Like, yeah, I colored this one and that one. I just never printed out the digital version of it. And it's not online anywhere. I had to find that on an old disc. Look, oh, there's Jin and the old version of Jade. Her new name is Max. Okay, skipping ahead. Hey, look, it's Neo. Neo's old form used to be a super, like, just anime boy. Okay, more OCs, and then more kids from Element Warriors. More Element Warriors stuff. These kids used to be able to transform into, like, the dogs that you see with the Element Warrior girls. And apparently I drew all of these on the same day. I really do wonder how I had all this time. There goes female Goku again in her bathing suit, a redraw from my first sketchbook. Still with the bathing suit catalog. I have no idea what my obsession was with bathing suits back then, but apparently that was my thing. I would redraw it every year. And here goes, oh, that's the Element Warriors cast. That was my first time drawing all 5 of them together. And here's a digital version of this. That's an OC that went nowhere. Like a truly original character. She was like a bounty hunter or something. Can't remember her story. She might pop up again because I like her hair. I have no idea who Ayana is. I have no idea. She might be a Samurai Jack OC, but I feel like Samurai Jack wasn't out yet. Oh, and here's my picture of Aaliyah. I recently redrew this. The new version's in my DeviantArt gallery, but I've been drawing that cover ever since she died. She was on the cover of some magazine, and I drew it after she died. Up, more Element Warrior stuff. Up, there goes Neo and Genesis, and then Cameron in the old version of Samael. Oh my god, look at how much hair Samael used to have. Oh my god. And there's Drake again. Apparently she used to have fire powers. And here goes Courtney and Sifrith again. This is me drawing this again. And this is in my DeviantArt gallery, actually. It's one of the first photos I ever put in my DeviantArt gallery. Have no idea who they are. More Element Warrior stuff. Getting into digital coloring. And there goes Kurt and Drake again. Oh, there goes Sophie! I just did a video on her history. Look at your girl. Oh my god. Look at her. Look at Jim from back then. Oh my god. And then, that's a big O OC. She went nowhere. You don't ever see her anymore. Oh, look at Tack. Oh, this is when I created him. Oh, look at Tack. That still looks good to me. I still like that. There's Cameron in her magical girl days. Buns. And more of the... ex-boyfriends. More of the bathing suit catalog. Here goes my first attempt to draw Bruce Timm style. That's Amethyst. She's an old OC that got recycled. She's not around anymore. And more OCs. I have no idea who this guy is. I have no idea. There's no name written on there. And it's Tack and Terry and Amethyst again with her baby. And, no, don't pay attention to that. There goes Amethyst. She was like a pregnant superhero or something. And more digital coloring and stuff like that. Old stuff that could sort of be found in my gallery now. Oh, who's this handsome guy? Well, no, that's an old picture of Colin back when he had 2 different colored eyes, and Emil and Kiddo back when they were furries. And more Emil and Kiddo when they were furries. I cut that out really quickly. And then, like, just drawings of me, I guess. And there's Jim and Andrea. And Jackie and Morishan, more pictures of me. Oh, there goes Oliver and Kurt. That's when Drake finally went away. And that's Tack and Terry. That's Max. And then that's her sister Cassandra. And that's Isis. And then that's it. And that's my old persona. And that is it for this folder. Like, that's 5 years of drawing, right? As you could tell from the dates, all the artwork in this video is super ancient. If you'd like to see how I draw now, please visit my DeviantArt page. That's it for this week's video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I update every Friday, and you can also follow me on DeviantArt and Instagram. I'm Masashden here, there, and everywhere. Thanks for watching.